Alright, I'm back. This is actually my third time making this video. My first two times sucked. And I think I finally figured out why. Uh, so there's a lot of detail in numbers. Alright? I haven't read, I'm gonna be honest, I haven't read in a while. Because I'm trying to get this video out. I don't want to like start reading Deuteronomy and not have my numbers video posted. That shit makes sense. It makes sense to me, so, you know. You also notice I'm in a robe as I'm in this. And in my house. It's way too cold to do this shit in my car. Way too cold. Not happening. So, I also want to start off on a small tangent. The Israelites have to be the biggest batch of bums in recorded history. And allow me to elaborate on my thoughts. So, me and you, you watching this video, whoever you are, we didn't live to see any of this shit. Right? This is like thousands of years ago. These people were actually there. They saw the plagues go down. And they had enough faith in that God to put goat's blood on their door to save their firstborn. But the moment hardships start happening, they start turning on him. And I think I figured it out a bit. This might be controversial. This is, at least to me, this makes sense. The way the Israelites see God is how Jewish people see Jesus? Allow me to attempt to elaborate on this. So, for the Israelites and God, the Israelites themselves were God said himself, their hearts were hardened due to all the slavery, so he let a lot of shit pass. But with Jesus, they straight up thought he himself was a blasphemer. Like, straight up, they thought he himself was a blasphemer. But they had the teachings of the whole Old Testament. Because I actually had to look all this up. The very end of the Old Testament in the started recorded history of Christianity is like 400 years. So they had 400 plus year gap and like no Christianity. It's just all Old Testament. And then Jesus comes in and he's like, yo, listen, this is how it went down. It is more... I actually have a good analogy of this. So, Star Wars, yeah? The people who like the original trilogy, most of them do not like the prequels. The people that people that started on the prequels like the prequels and the old. But without the old, the prequels themselves wouldn't make any sense. Really, it wouldn't make any sense because we know, like, it's supposed to put context for the old. But in the religious world, it's reversed. So, instead of people reading Old Testament, they go straight to the New. That's like going into the sequel trilogy and not watching the prequels or the OG trilogy. If that made sense, please let me know. Because that's the only way I can describe it. Without the original, the next thing doesn't make any sense. So, you need the context of the Old Testament for the New Testament to have any basis. Alright? That makes sense, yeah? I think that made sense to me. And I think with that out of the way, I'm going to try to start this video. And now, this is where the editing comes in. Run the intro, quick! Run the intro. Run the intro. And let's take a brief pause. I have to sneeze again. Hold on. Oh, no. No, okay. So, let's start this off right. Numbers starts off with Moses and his priest numbering all of the males that are above 20 because they're going to go invade the land of Canaan on some Helldiver shit. On some Helldiver shit. Now, the reason I think I figured out why my first couple videos were fucked. I don't think you guys want to actually hear me say all of this shit, so I'm actually just gonna flash the numbers on screen. I'm gonna use my pen, playing with my pen in the background. Oh, hold on, let me draw this actually for y'all right now. This pen better work. All right, so shit. Okay, that's good enough. I love the two-sided pens. This isn't gonna make any sense right now, but I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna make sense. Shit, I'm losing. I don't have much space on the paper. Shit. So this is what the camp looks like. Look at this. Please clap at my drawing. What does this look like to y'all? I'm just saying. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. I don't think I have to spell this out. If religious people watch my thing, come on. This is an Old Testament, people. That's how it was described in the ship. From the air, come on. You know what I'm talking about. You know. So, the Levites are excluded from the numbers. It's edited. I'm going to edit this video. The numbers are posted, right? The Levites are excluded from that because they are ministers of the tabernacle. Anybody want to take a guess at who's in charge of the Levites? You get a cookie. Yeah, I'll give you like 2 seconds. The answer is Aaron, our guy Aaron, and his remaining sons. I feel like I'm going to hell for laughing at that, but come on. They should have known better. They should have fucking known better. What else we got? I do shekel conversions. So a single shekel is equal to 20 gerahs, Gerah. And I don't understand this. I don't understand the significance of this. But I ran the numbers on this. So 1,385 shekels is the equivalent of 27,700 gerahs. I'm under the impression the gerah is the old penny or a nickel. I'm not entirely sure what the rate is on this. I'm not like 100%. And another thing, so I flashed some numbers earlier. Out of all of those, 220,000 of those males are firstborns. Do whatever you wish with this information. I don't know I don't know. I genuinely do not know. Oh, also, I'm also gonna flash these guys right here. The captains of Israel. I went into more detail than my first 2 videos. They don't pop up. They don't pop up. I don't even know. I should just mention them. Like, boom, here you go. But I couldn't tell you because I was looking for them and they just weren't. They just didn't pull up. All right. So this is the start of the Kohar beef, of the Legend of Korah beef. I'm just gonna nickname him that. So Korah is Korah. I'm just gonna say it like that. Yeah. I'm warm as fuck in this onesie and this robe right now. It's hot as fuck now. So, Korah beef started because a lot of people aren't liking how Moses is running his ship. And they think Moses is greedy as shit and using the God for his own personal ambition. We'll get to this later. We're going to get to that. All of the princes pull up. Okay, so remember in Genesis where Joseph had all of his brothers? They're the princes of Israel. All of the tribes are named after them. Like all of those numbers I popped up earlier, those are from the tribes of The tribes. All the men of those individual tribes that were pulling up with them. And when the princes pull up, that's what the captains are for. The captains are running the tribes. So when they pull up to Moses, they have to bring offerings. And I'm going to tell you what exactly they said. Something called Nason. I'm not making that up. Nahson. That's what it's called. Nason, a silver charger that's worth $130. Silver bowls worth of $70, a spoon of 10 gold shekels of incest, 6 bullocks, 6 rams, 2 ox, 5 goats, 5 lambs, and 5 1-year-old lamb. 5 1-year-old lambs. So God also, alright, so now next up, God hollers at the Levites, saying he wishes them to be rid of sin, sprinkling some holy water, be clean shaven and such. As I stated earlier, Aaron. Oh my God. Aaron is the leader of the Levites, essentially, now. And why is this here? Oh, it was mentioned, but this gets re-mentioned at the very end of Numbers. But God has a retirement plan for the Levites. It turns out when Israel goes to war, the Levites cop 1/50th of the war spoils as a tax of each individual that went to war, that came back alive. So I don't know if that's fucked up, but that seems reasonable. 1/50th? That's like 2%. 2% tax seems very reasonable. Let me know if I'm bugging on this. So they have, you know how like goblins have war drums? The Israelites have trumpets, if that makes sense. Maybe I'll flash a little. So if alright, so here's what happened. There's 2 silver trumpets that are used to summon the gang, pretty much. If a single trumpet is sound, that means all the 12 princes themselves pull up. If it's 2 trumpets, all hands on deck. We need to mobilize everybody right now. Then there's an alarm. The difference between an alarm and a trumpet. So the alarm is specifically for the eastern section of the camp. And the second alarm is for the southern of the camp. I'm going to be honest, I didn't write details on this, and my shit's in the car. I'm not going to go get it. And if all 4 of those things happen at the same time, God himself will drop. It's God himself would pull up. And guess what happens, bro? This is going to be some of the craziest shit. This is actually the reason why I wanted to start editing, so I could talk about this. The Israelites kept bitching. And guess what happens? Miriam, Moses' big sister, and Aaron start to turn on Moses. So they're bitching about Moses' leadership. And God's like, there's no fucking way. Miriam, you dumb bitch. I actually have a clip specifically shown to what God did to Miriam.
Whoa, what'd that do?
I don't know.
Oh no, Carl! I'm so sorry. It's a cancer ray!
Harley Quinn, you gave me cancer?
Why would they even make this?
Well, that's it, kid. I'm gonna spend the holidays with my kids.
I'm so sorry.
And what happened to Miriam is the whole reason I wanted to edit. Because as soon as I read that, this is the first thing that popped up in my mind. Oh shit, I technically spoiled the Miriam thing. I forgot what they were bitching about the first time then. But I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. I literally, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, you know what they were crying about? They were crying about they couldn't eat meat. Because they were sacrificing it to God. And God's like, you know what? I'm gonna drop some quails in for y'all for like a month. Then y'all better stop bitching. And then they started bitching after the month. He's like, man, fuck all this. Summon the 70 elders of Israel. I'm laying down the law. I'm setting on business. So during that meeting, these guys called Eldad and Medad. I didn't make that up. I promise you. At first, I didn't understand the beef. But now I have the advantage of hindsight. God. Ugh. I hate hindsight. So now I figured out why there was beef. These guys were prophesizing in front of God. And Moses was like, there's no way. There's actually no way when this meeting was going down. You guys were prophesizing? That's only for our Lord. You gotta get the fuck out of here. What the shit? The first question mark? Yo, I have to be a better note taker. This is garbage. Whatever happened in chapter 11, verse 21? What the fuck happened there? I don't know what happened, but it raised a bunch of questions. I don't know what that is. If somebody wants to look that up for me, my shit's in the car. I'm not gonna go. Did that. We're back to the green. Yo, if you ever see green, it's cooked. I can't read this shit. Oh yeah, remember all that mirrored in stuff I was saying earlier? This is that. You know what? I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let the video speak for me. You know? That was just funny. Mirrodin got banished for a week. Mirrodin got grounded. Let's just leave it at that, right? Alright, what else we got? Oh, I have more conversion rates for shekels. I actually did U.S. currency to shekels. Reverse what I just said. So, a single shekel is 31 cents. And if you do the math on that, the 1,385 shekels converts to $429.85. That's my on the books paycheck, bro. I'm cooked. I was moving like the Israelites. Nah, let me stop. So I wrote this down. I don't have context for this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Ooh, what happened to my camera? Why did I just do that? So the city of Hebron was built 7 years before the city of Zone. I don't know where the fuck this is. Oh, this is where this is about to get juicy. So Moses sends 12 spies into the land of Canaan to see, what's up. Because the Canaan is where the promised land is. And they spent 40 days seeing what was going down in the land of Canaan. When they come back, 10 of them said, there are giants in the land of Canaan. There's no way we can pull this off. And then the 2 of them that said, we got this shit on lock. God has our back. I forget the other guy's name, but this guy is important. This guy's name is Joshua, the son of Nun. Remember this guy. He and this other guy, I forgot his name, but I remember Joshua. He pops up. Joshua says, we got this shit on lock. We got God on our side, bro. What are you doing? So they're all crying, man. We're giants. There are giants in the land of Canaan. We're so cooked. Oh, by the way, this also confirms what I said in my Genesis video. Run the clip of that. That confirmed the Nephilim were on the boat. And again, history repeats itself again. The Israelites start bitching we can't go into the land of Canaan. Moses saves them from God's wrath. And then God crashes out. And he's like, fuck you guys. You don't have enough faith? You're going to go wander in the fucking wilderness for 40 years and be fucking happy. I'm not even going to give you the promised land now. I'm going to hook it up with your kids with the promised land. Because y'all were being a bunch of bitches. Right? That's what... I'm telling you that's what happened. Oh, history repeats itself again. It's just Exodus. It's just Exodus part 2 pretty much. Blasphemers get executed. I don't fully understand this. At least to my knowledge, I don't fully understand this. I have to reread. And because I reread this one section a bunch of times because I thought I was bugging. So during the Sabbath, they found this guy. This guy's not even named in the book. This guy was collecting sticks on the Sabbath, and they stoned him to death. Moses greenlit this. They brought this guy to Moses like, we're stoning the shit out of this guy. And I'm just like, what? That made no sense to me. Also, God greenlights forgiving sin through ignorance. I'm just telling you what I have written down. I'm just telling you. I have a lot of sticky notes to go through. I can make this shit rain. Made it rain for like 2 seconds. Oh, yeah. We're back. So remember Korah? I said a couple minutes ago. He and a couple others. I have them written down, but they're about to get washed. I don't even think I should name these guys. I'm gonna do it anyway. Korah, Legend of the guy from Legend of Korra. Dathan, Abiram, and this guy called On, like the On, like O-N. I don't know where the fuck. And 250 princes of Israel pull up on Moses because what I was saying earlier. They think he's blaspheming and using the word of God for his own agenda. Allegedly, that's what they're thinking. And so Moses is just like, are you for real? And God's looking down on him like, are you for real right now? Fuck this. So I don't know if this is Moses or God's plan, but here's what happened. He's like, fuck this. I want you and all the princes to pull up to the tabernacle, and we're going to talk to God about this. And they're like, okay, bet. So the next day, or that same evening, all those 220, what did I just say? 250? What was I talking about 2 seconds ago? 250 princes are in the tabernacle, and they all have candles. Korah, and the rest of the leaders of that rebellion, aside from the princes, like the followers and such, get swallowed up. God opens a sinkhole and the earth eats them. But he left Korah's kids alive. He sent the message. Let me just put it to you like this. He sent the message. Don't fucking question my word. You see what happens. And then all the 250 princes that were in the tabernacle all combust, like Aaron's kids. I don't know whose idea that was, but it could have been either or. I honestly would have been down for either or. Where the fuck? Oh, it's over there. I have my powers looked up. I just have in big caps. The Israelites are bums. And I don't have context. But I agree. That's why I wrote it down. Alright. God crashes out again. He drops a plague on Israel. He drops a plague. I literally wrote down Plague Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. And 14,700 people die off this. Keep in mind the numbers I flashed at the very start. Boom, I'm going to flash it again. Those people were only males above the age of 20. So, there you go. So, Aaron pulled up and he made an offering to squash God's beef and stop the plagues. And, again, the Israelites are bums. Alright. And I believe God is what's the word? Shit! Installed? No. Whatever, I'm going to use it. So 10% of all of Israel has to kick up 10% of what they have to God. And the Levites and Aaron. So that's probably why Korah thought they were moving like the fairies. Because they're just trying to tax the shit out of them. This doesn't have anything to do with this, but I didn't know what a heifer was, and I had to look this up because they were sacrificing young heifers. Turns out a heifer is a young female cow. I don't know the significance of this. He also says some unclean rules. So, let's say somebody dies in their tent. Everything in that tent shall be unclean 7 days. And anyone who touches anything in the unclean house is unclean for the day. I don't understand the significance of that, but, alright. So, remember that edit I put in a little earlier ago about Miriam? Yeah, she died from that. Get cancer rate, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, this doesn't have to do with anything like Bible related. Alright, maybe it does. But I've never heard of the word chode used for argument. But apparently it's what this means. I don't even know what part I don't even have that written down. Somewhere past chapter 20, verse 1. Somewhere past that. I don't know what that means. And I quote, I'm going to quote myself on this one. The fucking Israelites keep bitching. Verse 20. What do you guys call these things? I genuinely don't know. Paragraph 3 through 5. So, everyone keeps bitching. Everybody keeps bitching about going to the land of Canaan. Moses hits up the kingdom of Edom. If you guys remember, Edom is Jacob's older brother that got scammed out of his entitlement. And remember in my Genesis video when I said he was my second favorite character because he squashed the beef with Joseph? Yeah, he's not. Yeah, it's just not like that this time. So Moses hits up the kingdom of Edom. He's like, "Hey guys, it's me, Moses. Hey, is it cool if me and the Israelites pass through your kingdom to get to the land of Canaan? That'd be really sweet." Click. And then the king of Edom, he doesn't even have a name. The king of Edom calls him back and he's like, "Yo, bitch, if you ever go through my land, you better have sword in hand. I'm meeting you at the fucking border. You're not doing shit on my watch." Click. I can only picture Moses' like jaw dropping when he gets that. Right? Like you could only pick. Oh, come on, that's funny as fuck. Yeah, I just said Edom said fuck that. Pull up with sword in hand, pussy. He was standing on business with Moses. I don't know what the beef was, but he wanted all the smoke. He was willing to throw down to Israel. And I think after this, Israel goes on a crazy win streak. All right, so this has to be the dumbest shit ever. Not in the way you think. This is how Moses gets cockblocked out of being in the promised land. So the Israelites keep bitching they ain't got no water, right? They ain't got no water. So God tells to Moses and Aaron, listen, I need you guys to talk to this rock and it will slide you water, okay? You know what Moses and Aaron did? They beat the rock with the stick and the water flew out. They had to talk to the rock. And because of this transgression, and it's actually not this. Let me elaborate on this. So, I think I can quote this because I was like, "Hear me now, ye rebels. Must we draw water from this rock?" Like they were saying this instead of God. So I guess it was I don't even know what to really call it, honestly. But God was pissed, and because of them smiting the rock and not talking to the rock, Aaron dies. It's actually not stated how he dies. He goes on top of Mount Hor and dies. He takes off all of his clothes, gives them to his eldest son, Elzanar, whatever the fuck his name is. Sounds like a woman name, I don't know. And now we're about to... So there's this guy called King Arad who hears about the Israelites pulling up to the land of Canaan. And he's like, man, fuck this. And he starts kidnapping Israeli people. And all of Israel at the same time was like, man, fuck you, God. Let's go smite this kid. And God's like, it's about time you guys asked. And they wash him. They wash his whole kingdom. They get back all the Israelites. They fucking purge the place. They purge the place. It was crazy. Like, again, from all their bitching, God still pulls up to them. There's no fucking way. This is what, the 4th or 5th time they were bitching in this video alone. So they kept bitching to God, and he molds off. And he drops serpents from the sky. And Moses is like, bro, please stop putting the snakes. And he's like, all right, you know what, Moses, you're right. I was bugging. Here, all the people have to do is look at this brass snake statue you're going to make, okay? And then they'll be fixed. Half the people didn't even look at it, and they died off it. Like, Moses literally said, all you have to do is look at this statue, and you'll be good. And people didn't do it. This is what I'm saying. They're a bunch of fucking bums. So now they're in the land of Canaan, right? Moses attempts to make peace with the inhabitants of the land of Canaan, and they're like, fuck you. Who the fuck are you to say all of this shit? And they fight him, but they lose. I don't even have it written down who it was. It's just literally... Oh, here is the best. I think is my favorite part of Numbers. So we actually get off the Israelite POV and we go to this guy called. So this is the story of Balazar, the king of Moab. He hears that the Israelites are running through the land of Canaan. They're steamrolling all the inhabitants of Canaan. So he sends word to, oh shit. He sends word to this guy called Balaam who talks to God in exchange for money. But Balaam actually talks to God, but he won't hook people up unless they pay him. So he sends word to Balaam, listen, bro, the Israelites are cooking up. They're on a crazy win streak right now. I need you to curse them and head my way, and we'll talk business. On Balaam's way to talk to Balazar, he's riding a donkey. The donkey sees an angel in the middle of the road and avoids it. So, but every time this happens, Balaam smites the donkey every time he averts the path he wants to go on, not the path God wants to. And so after the third time, donkey's like, "Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Why'd you have to hit me 3 times? And you know what? Since you hit me 3 times, you're gonna bless Israel 3 times instead. Or you're gonna get your ass whooped by my friend here." And he reveals the angel. He's like, "Yo, my fault, bro. I didn't respect your game like that." So Balaam actually blesses Israel, and Balazar is pissed. He is pissed off because he just hired this guy to curse them, but he just paid this guy to bless his enemies. And you know what Balaam says? "I'm sorry, bro. It's what God wants." And he fucked off. He fucked off. So I thought that was really good. It showed God working outside of Israel's POV. Like, he's actively holding up his shit. Like, actively making sure the Israelites, even for all the dumbassery, he's hooking them up. For all their dumbassery, he's still gonna hook them up because he loves them. And now check this out. After we cut back to Israel, and they start whoring out with Moab women. So God's freaking out because whoredom is really a big no-no. And he's about to crash out on everybody. But Phineas, that's right, Phineas from Phineas and Ferb pulled up, did a 360 no-scope with a spear, and got a double kill against 2 blasphemers. And you know what God did? God's like, "Man, that was tight as fuck, Phineas. That was tight as fuck. You're cool now. Don't even sweat that shit. You're invited to the cookout." Like, like in the middle of the tabernacle, they bring in these 2 people that were like accused of whoredom, and Phineas literally no-scoped them. Literally no-scoped them with his spear. That was metal as fuck. And God's just like, "Yo, that was hot. You gotta do that shit again, bro. That was fucking crack." Oh my god, I can't read any of this. This is fucking terrible. Holy shit. By the way, remember what I just said? God was about to drop Plague DLC? So 2,000... not 2,000. Hold up, I missed a comma. 24,000 people died because they were whoring out with Moab women. And I'll tell you right now. God dabs up Moses. I mean, not Moses, Phineas. And he's added to the covenant. Like, he impressed God so much, he was added to the covenant. That's pretty baller. That's pretty baller. Don't mind me. What the fuck? I can't read this shit. Oh. So God tells Moses, "Listen, fuck the Canaanites right now. We got to deal with the Midiantish." And I didn't make that up. I swear to God, it's what's written down. Because they were bitching about not being able to whore out with Moab women. So Moses declares war on the Midianites. And during this war, Balaam dies. Because apparently he was hanging out with the Moab women. He was hoeing out. So God's like, man, fuck you, Balaam. You ain't shit. And this is crazy. This is actually crazy shit. So check this out. The Israelites, after winning the war and vanquishing the Midianites, they took all the kids, all the women, all their shit, and I put down, oh fuck no, because in big caps I said, oh fuck no, chapter 30, verse 15 through 18. I'm going to tell you why. Because they took the kids that were virgins and took them as their own. Like actual kids and women. All of them who were, and they slaughtered the rest. They slaughtered the fucking rest. And they made hella bank off this. They made hella bank off this move. Let me tell you right now how much they made. Out of the, from that war, they, what's the word for this? Starts with a P. Plunder. Yes, they plundered 16,750 shekels. And if you do the conversion rate on this, that translates roughly to 5,336.64 cents. I can't tell if the 4 is a 9 or it's 4. I don't know why it's stated now, but they confirm Aaron dies at the age of 123. I also have the whole travel plan of Israel. Write it down. I'm just going to flash it right here. And after that travel plan, I'm also going to flash the new numbers. Keep in mind, these numbers were for males specifically over the age of 20. I'm just going to let you know right now. I don't think you guys actually really care. So, the first one was like 603,000. It was just here. Hey, there we go. So, the very start of this video, there were 603,550 males above the age of 20, excluding Levites. Now, there are 601,730, meaning over the course of all of these plagues, all of these wars, all the blasphemy, in the grand scheme of things, they only lost 1,770 males above the age of 20. Meaning, all of those others, all the other blasphemers, were primarily women or young males. I don't know what. Do what you will with this information. Do what you will with this information. So after everything happens, this takes place after the rock incident. The rock incident. Moses goes to God and is like, I am unworthy to lead the Israelites. I need you to appoint a new leader because I was blaspheming. And God's like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. How about that Joshua guy? He seemed like a nice chap. So Joshua is now the head of Israel. Like the head honcho of Israel. Whoa, this is terrible handwriting. Moses lays down the law regarding vows with no context. I fucking hate myself sometimes. And God finalizes Israel's borders. I'm gonna have to edit that shit in. So, I like this one. This video is way better than my first couple batches. I made this video like 3 times. I think I can finally throw these out. I think I did a okay job. So, I hope you guys like it. Now that I finally have a video that I like, I can finally start reading dermatology, whatever the fuck it's called. Let's throw this shit out right now. Alright. This was way more effective than my last couple videos. Like, there was just half an hour of me just popping off ranting. But again, I'm going to reiterate what I said at the very start of this video. The Israelites actively actively saw the plagues. They had enough faith to put goat's blood on their doors so they firstborn wouldn't get murked. But once some hardship starts happening, they start bitching because they view him as a savior, like their savior. Oh, we accept God, we don't have to do anything else. Like on actual bum shit. On legitimate actual bum shit. And wow. I'm just gonna end this video off. Hopefully my edits. Hopefully I do pretty good with my edits. I'm gonna catch y'all later. See you next video. Bye.